Here's a fact that sounds wrong until you check it. Rare earth elements aren't actually rare. There are deposits on every continent, sitting in the ground right now. The scarcity isn't about the rock. It's about who's willing to process it. And China controls somewhere around 85 to 90% of global rare earth refining capacity, no matter where the ore was originally dug up. The real prize is neodymium and a few related elements. They make the strongest permanent magnets we know how to build. Those magnets are inside electric vehicle motors, wind turbine generators, hard drives, the tiny speakers in your phone, and precision-guided missiles. For strength versus weight, nothing else comes close. So why did the West hand this over? Because refining rare earth ore is genuinely nasty. It produces large volumes of acidic, sometimes mildly radioactive waste. Western countries let their own refining capacity wither over the past few decades, and China was willing to eat the environmental cost at home. And this leverage isn't theoretical. Back in 2010, after a maritime dispute near the Senkaku or Diaoyu Islands, China briefly restricted rare earth exports to Japan. Prices for some of these elements spiked by several 100% within months. That was the trial run. The United States actually has its own mine. Mountain Pass in California, one of the largest rare earth deposits outside China. But for years after reopening, it still shipped most of its ore to China for processing. Why? Because the capacity to finish the job at home simply didn't exist. And it's happening again, right now. In late 2023 and into 2024 and 2025, China placed new export licensing controls on rare earth elements and magnet technology, framed explicitly around trade tensions with the US. This isn't a history lesson. It's an active tool being used in the present tense. The alternatives are coming, but slowly. Lena's Rare Earths in Australia runs one of the few significant non-Chinese processing facilities. New refining projects have been announced in the US, France, and elsewhere, but scaling up to meaningfully dent China's share will likely take a decade or more. Recycling is the other angle, and it's growing, but it's small. In theory, you can pull magnets out of scrapped hard drives, dead wind turbines, and old EV motors. In practice, separating and reprocessing the metals is hard and not yet cost competitive with new material. So recycling rates stay low across the industry. Now here's the part that should make defense planners nervous. Modern fighter jets, guided missiles, and sonar systems all depend on rare earth magnets and components, which means a major military's readiness can quietly hinge on rare earth supply from a strategic rival. And demand is only going one direction. Every part of the electrification push, electric vehicles, wind power, grid-scale batteries, pulls harder on rare earth magnets at the same time. The same green transition driving lithium demand is also driving demand for a resource where one country holds nearly all the processing leverage. So here's my take. Rare earths are a perfect case study in how a choke point works. You don't need to control a scarce resource. You just need to be the only one willing to do the dirty, unprofitable middle step that nobody else wanted, right up until the moment everybody needs you to do it. That's the whole game.